Hello, ISDS 2000 students. I'm going to enter the online section, but I'm really making this message for all the ISDS 2000 Business Statistics students during this fall 2012 semester. We have a couple things to talk about. I'm going to try to not waste too much of your time, so let's run through this list very quickly. First of all, let's talk about the SLO practice test and perhaps what an SLO exam is. Okay, if we go back to the syllabus in the table of contents, you'll find the SLO exam. Now the syllabus differs between the online section and the in-class section, so look at your particular syllabus. But first of all, what we're looking at is really this first part. And you may recall when I covered the syllabus, I said, you know, all sections of business statistics really have to focus on and have to teach the same core concepts. So what we do is we agree on what those concepts are, and you see them here. What is central tendency, measures of position, assigning probabilities, things that you didn't even recognize at the start of the semester, binomial, hypergeometric, and Poisson, as well as a normal distribution. These are things that we agreed would be taught during this class regardless of who's teaching the course. So how do we make sure at the end of the semester that you've actually learned these things? Well, these things are actually course objectives. We could change this name right here and we could call them student learning objectives, in which case they would be SLOs, student learning objectives, okay? Now, they're just kind of traditionally called course objectives. Now, if we look on through, let me go down here to the point system. Now again, the points can be a little bit different. Different assignments, attendance, for example, and participation are required for the on-campus class. But what you'll see is that the SLO exam is 45 points. Now, let me briefly tell you, the SLO exam is 15 questions. They're multiple choice questions. So each question is 3 points for a total of 45 points. Pretty significant when you compare that, you know, to your 20-point learning projects and your 10-point homework problems, right? 50-point tests. So you can see this is a significant grade. That being said, I think it's going to be some easy points for you because it's 15 questions, multiple choice. Now, this is a standardized test that you will take. Anyone who takes the business statistics courses takes the same 15-question multiple choice quiz. The questions are going to focus on, let me go back up here, are going to focus on those objectives. In fact, there's 3 objectives to assess your understanding, or I'm sorry, 3 objectives. There's 3 questions to assess your understanding of each objective. Okay? So how do you prepare for this? Well, you prepare using the SLO quiz. Okay? So I'm in PAWS. I click the quizzes link. I say that, where is my SLO quiz? I may not have activated something. Through the miracle of television here, here is the SLO practice test. Now, you do not get any points for taking this quiz. This quiz is a study tool. So all you have to do if you want to practice for this 45-point SLO quiz is you go to PAWS Quizzes, click that SLO quiz, start the quiz, and you know you can read through this. I'm just kind of trying to give you a general gist. Now, the real test will be given later on. You can look in your schedule, and I'll be giving you more details as we get closer to it. But what this test is a pool of questions. Okay, the more times you take the quiz, the more exposure you will have to the pool. The pool contains the actual SLO questions. So again, you know, if you want to get exposure and experience with the real questions, this is a great way to do it. Now, I am not reading these questions. You see how I'm just picking a response and you click save. See how the disk turns blue over there as I save. Again, I'm not looking at these, but okay, so there you go. And you would go through. Now you see I've actually asked you, oh goodness, I've actually asked you several questions. I might need to trim that down, that list. But anyway, you would go through, answer these questions. Again, it's a It's a study tool. Okay, save all responses. That's always a good thing. I'm going to submit. It says I have not completed all the questions. I know that. I'm going to submit again. And what I'm going to show you afterwards is whether or not you got the question right or wrong. So you can see here I got 0 out of 0.01 points possible. Now again, you're not earning any points for this. This is a study tool. But what this does is it tells you that you got this question wrong. So I know that this is not the answer. You may want to use your textbook to, look at the answers again and maybe research median or whatever the question is about to determine what is the best answer. And then you attempt the quiz again. So see, I got this one wrong. Let's see as I guessed. Oh, look, this one. I was correct on this answer. So that's good. I know that I got this particular question right. Now the order of this answer, could be different later on. It's not always going to be A, but this is a great study tool that will help you prepare for the actual SLO test. So, give a look at this and you can see how I didn't even answer all the questions, so you can go through and attempt it multiple times, but it is 15, the actual test will be 15 multiple choice questions, and I will tell you more about it as we get closer to the end of the month. Okay, so I think we have that test scheduled for the first part of December, for the very last week of classes. Okay, so that's how to start practicing for the SLO test. Let me tell you that exam number 3 grades are posted. This is the class average for the traditional. In other words, the section that meets on campus. For the online, the average, it was just a little over 37%, very low. I'm going to tell you the difference, the homework. If you spent time doing the Connect homework, then you did well on the test. If you didn't, then you did not, quite frankly, do well on the test. And I could actually look up examples and show you there is a direct correlation. I've spent a lot of time talking about that, especially in the online class, so I'm not going to kind of beat you up anymore, but I am going to tell you that if you have not started the Connect homework for chapters 9 and 10, you need to do that. An additional note that I'll give you is that if you get stuck and you're not making forward progress on the problem, don't just beat your head against the wall. Now, sometimes you need to rest, and the answers tend to come to you when your mind is at rest and has a little peace about it, because we tend to put these things into some back burner of our mind and our brain keeps working on the problem. So give yourself time to rest and relax in between your homework sessions. Do a little every day, okay? Now, also, if you have given yourself a little time to resolve the problem and you still can't do it, ask a question. I am glad to help you. I'm not a slot machine. I'm not just going to tell you the answer is 3, because that's not going to help you on the test. If you'll send me the problem, complete with all the verbiage exactly how it is in the computer, the numbers exactly how they are in the computer, the solution, because I expect you to submit, look at the solution, see if you can back into the problem, into the answer, and you say, I've tried this, I've tried that, I've tried the other, I still can't get an answer, then I'm glad to work on it with you. I'm glad to say, well, try this. Maybe you have a little math mistake. It happens to the best of us. So don't be afraid to ask questions if you are absolutely not making forward progress. Okay, don't let it all build up on you, and don't get to the point where you're avoiding it because you're frustrated. Real easy to fall into that trap. Don't be afraid of it. Okay, if you're not making progress, you're not stupid. You just need a little help. So be sure to ask for it. Learning Project 5 is due this week. Now, Learning Project 5 will hopefully help you with the homework, because what these folks do, and you know this by this point, is they're going to solve problems just like the ones that you solve. So you can go into the Dropbox and read the instructions. As you know, the assignment part is very minimal. What I really want you to do is to watch the videos and learn from them. So under Chapter 10, I'm going to click this YouTube videos for Learning Project 5. Give this time to load. Okay, so from Learning Project 4, I actually went ahead and introduced you to the videos for Chapter 9. Chapters 8 and 9 are really so closely tied together that hopefully that was helpful. Now, as we officially begin Chapter 9, you of course have those resources available to you to take advantage of. Here we are in Chapter 10, and as we proceed into Chapter 10, look, this video will help you with that. It's even got somebody who was so kind as to show you the steps in the calculator, so you have those available also, if my computer will cooperate. Okay, so again, here's another video, has to do with hypothesis testing, and you can see this is in 4 parts. So a very nice in-depth problem, very good explanation. You know that I like the videos also from the State University of New York, and they've done a wonderful job of putting videos out there on YouTube, so take a look at that. There are many teachers out there doing a great job. There's central limit theorem and hypothesis testing as we go into Chapter 11. That'll be later on. But again, right now I'm just giving you exposure to these videos so that you have them as a resource as we progress. These are people just solving problems or explaining things in a way that you can pause and rewind and that kind of thing. So take advantage of this. These are relatively short videos. There's a lot of them, but your assignment is very minimal when it comes to talking about these problems. They're really a reference for you. Speaking of that reference, let me go down here into Chapter 9. Don't forget that you have resources for your TI 83, 84, and this also will help you with instructions on your calculator. Of course, the extra credit gives you a heads up on how to get into Excel, and use Excel as a great resource for that. So, okay, so take advantage of those things. So, the exams, Learning Project 5, let's talk extra credit. I know some of you are probably really looking forward to that. We've gone through several of the extra credits with Excel. Those were correlated to each chapter. As you finish Chapter 8, that was really one of your last Excel learning projects, but you still have an opportunity for some extra credit. I don't know that the college has announced this, but they typically do during this month, and that is the evaluation. They call it the SET, Student Evaluation of Teaching, is I believe what it stands for. So how do you earn points? At this point in your academic career, you're probably used to completing that online evaluation and giving your instructor the confirmation page. I need just a little bit more. Typically, your instructors will ask you to complete the evaluation for their course only. I want you to complete the evaluations for all the courses that you're enrolled in. This is a short process, and your feedback is important. If you're enrolled in only one class, our class, then you complete the evaluation for our class. If you're enrolled in 5 classes, you complete the evaluation for all 5 classes. If you're in 6 classes, 4 classes, 3 classes, that's how many evaluations you have to complete. So in other words, on that successful completion sheet, what I call the confirmation page, your name will appear at the top. Then you'll see the list of your courses, and in the column that says evaluation taken, for each one it must say yes, thank you. Now, if you are in the traditional class, then you just simply bring that confirmation page to me in class. That will be fine. Or if you're in the traditional class, but most importantly if you're in the online class, you are going to do a screenshot of that successful evaluation page. Make sure your name is in that screenshot. Okay, so up at the top of that confirmation page, upper right hand corner, your name is pre-printed on the sheet. How do you do a screenshot? Well, to earn extra credit points, here are your instructions. And number 3 right here has a link to a video that I created that will show you how to do a screenshot. You paste it into Microsoft Word, and just as you've uploaded many assignments into a Dropbox, you just simply upload that assignment here. Okay? Now, you do have, notice that I have the deadline is December 5th. I don't know when the college cuts off your ability to do the evaluation. But you must know I have no ability to control that. So if you're one of the kind of students who likes to do it at the very end, that's fine, you can do that. But I have to have that page no later than December the 5th. And if you forget to do it, if you don't complete the evaluation on time, I cannot get you into that evaluation system. So make sure that you do it before the due date. And also, I will not extend, as you know, this deadline, especially because this is the last week of class and I have to start pulling your grades together. And to be fair to me, for this extra credit, I need to allow myself some time to do that. All right, so this is, again, we came to the Dropbox, and this is one of your last opportunities for extra credit, so be sure to take advantage of that, okay? And just to show you where I found that, right down here. Okay, you almost overlook it. So what else do we have to talk about? I think that was it. The SLO practice test, your grades are posted. If you did poorly on exam 3, remember you have one drop grade. You just need to hunker down, do better on the last couple tests. But to do better on the last couple tests, it's going to be important that you do the homework. To help you with the homework, I have some videos, and of course that's one of your required projects is to watch those videos. That's Learning Project 5. If you get stuck as you work on the Connect homework, ask for help. But the key is to do a little bit of work on that Connect homework every single day. Finally, take advantage of this last extra credit opportunity by completing the SET, the Student Evaluation of Teacher. All right, and that's it for now, but we'll be talking. The end of the semester is near. This month will fly by. We've got the Thanksgiving holidays, and then December is not a full month for us, so stay strong. You've invested a lot. You don't want to lose that now, so it's important to stay focused. Don't give up and don't slack off. Get highly motivated and really dig in for these concepts that can be a little tougher, okay? You can do it. Stay focused.